Hey, it's Ripley. A couple of things I want to get out of the way first. One, I am not a professional. I do carry a firearm. I don't know every gun law by heart. I don't know all the correct terms. So if that's something that bothers you, feel free to thumbs down and go on your way. It's not a big deal to me because I make these videos as a hobby. I'm not making a living on it. I'm not sponsored by anybody I'm mentioning on here. Although I'll link all the products. I'm just bored, and I bought a few bags in the past couple of weeks that I think people would like to have more information on. All right, that's just about it. Let's get into it. The three bags I'll be going over are, forgive me if I butcher this name. This is the Cannae Pro Gear Loculus Satchel Bag. I don't know if that's why you pronounce Cannae or Loculus. That's what it says. The Outlaw 2 Gear Slinger Pack from V-Gear. That one I won't go over too much because there's a lot of videos. There's a lot more information on that on the web. I think it's a great bag. I don't think it's that good of a carry bag, and that's what I'll be going over. And then last, I'm just gonna call this the M-Tac bag, but the listing here on Amazon says M-Tac Tactical Bag Shoulder Chest Pack with Sling for Concealed Carry of Handgun. I almost ran out of breath there. Anyways, let's see. Oh, a quick little tidbit. I did buy the Maxpedition Fat Boy Versa Pack. I returned that about an hour after I opened it. It seems like a great bag to its credit. It feels like you could throw it off of a cliff, and most of the stuff you have in there would probably be fine. But I felt that it was way too much material, and it was way too stiff. It felt like too big of a bag for how little could be carried in it. And then on top of that, because I was specifically looking for a weapon or a bag to carry a weapon in, I didn't like the CCW pocket at all. It had this flap that was really stiff and kept on grabbing my firearm. I keep on wanting to call it my piece. Forgive me if I do. I use slang. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I kept on wanting to grab it, and I couldn't. The flap kept on grabbing the side of it, and it made quick drawing almost impossible. I want to say for every 10 times I tried it, maybe 2, that'd be a high average that it would come out without problem. So I sent that back, and that was that. All right, let's get into it. First I want to go over. This thing should be my favorite. I really do like it. It's super minimalist. It's really simple. This is the Mtech Shoulder Bag. It's actually the one I have on me right now because I wanted to start with it. This is a sling backpack. It's very simple. I wish I had my phone and my wallet are in a different bag. The pockets are very simple on it. You got a small one here you can fit your wallet in fine. One slightly larger that my iPhone 7S Plus or 7 Plus, whatever. It's the big phone. It's the 7. Fits in just fine. The zipper does kind of tag it a little bit, but if something that would bother you, there is a slightly larger pocket than that you can fit your phone in easily. You can, in fact, well, I have a first aid kit somewhere around here. Actually, I think it's in my main bag. The first aid kit kind of makes it poof out a little bit, but it's still a good bag. My favorite thing about this one though is this little tab that I kind of copied. The Loculus bag, when I go over it, I'll explain it. I sort of modded it because I love this so much. There's this tab right here that comes out of the pouch of the CCW one that gives you a quick draw option. Here, I'll give it an example. Forgive me for the microphone sounds that are probably going to be made. I'm doing this video super lazy, so I'm just going to be moving the microphone with me. This tab right here gives you the option for an easy quick draw. You yank it, and boom, you have access to your firearm now. It does have the Velcro here for a Velcro holster. I've got my Maxpedition one here that I kind of butchered. I cut the top half off because with this Velcro being a bit small, it had nothing to grab onto, and it was protruding my thumb when I was trying to reach in. That pocket does have a couple of little elastic straps here that you might be able to squeeze a mag into, but I don't know. I think that'd be a bit much. Like I said, this bag is meant for minimalist use. There's an extra pocket here that you can keep keys in, which is what I was doing. Like I said, phone, wallet. There is a pocket on the back, but that's kind of hard to recommend use for because it starts to make the bag sit lopsided if you got it puffed out too far. Now, the reason this wasn't a winner for me, though, is because I like to go bike riding like, quite a bit. When you pull it around back, once you're on the bike or just moving around in general, it does slide really easy, which wouldn't be a problem if you're just walking around. In fact, when I brought this bag out with me when I first bought it to pay bills with, and I loved it. I didn't even have to take it off in the car. I simply sat it on my waist. My seatbelt came up over it simple. I could still reach everything. I was even just using it as a pocket. I got a phone call. I pulled it out and just put it right back in and kept driving. You didn't hear that. I definitely don't use my phone while driving. I want to mention that. But yeah, it's a great bag for that. It's just that it slides around too much, which can be remedied with I bought a third-party stabilizer strap. I clipped it onto this zipper here, and then brought it around so that it clipped here, and so I gave it another strap for support so it didn't move, which I did like that, but it still wasn't ideal for my biking because there's no mesh or anything on the back, so it was holding in heat, and it was starting to get damp when I was getting hot. It's June right now, so it's getting 80s 90s out here in Michigan, and it was getting funky quick. So I do think this is a great bag. It's $30 on Amazon, or $29.95, and I think it's plenty worth that. It's really handy. It comes in different colors and everything. I grabbed blue because I thought it might stand out less. It doesn't scream, "I have a gun." Just a little what they call that, the gray man factor. It doesn't stand out, and I think it's, like I said, it's great for that. I do like the quick draw action. It's just a bit too small for me, and like I said, it's not great for sports. All right, next up, I'll go over this. I'm gonna go over the Outlaw next because I'm torn on this. This is absolutely my favorite bag of the three because it is incredible for bike riding. Excuse me, I'm gonna make microphone noise when I move this. All right, I want that a little bit closer. It's got it does look a lot more military. There's definitely no hiding that you might be have something going on because of all the what do they call it, molly webbing. I like this one's my favorite for the simple fact that the padding on the inside, this mesh or whatever, does a great job of keeping you fairly cool when you're bike riding. The stabilizer works great. The problem I have with it is it's pretty small. Even with your straps fully, I'll show you. Your straps fully out, it's still, that's not a flattering picture of me. I love it and hate the size. I love it because when I'm riding on the bike, it doesn't feel like it's trapping wind, getting pushed over. Because there are some bigger backpacks, so you can definitely feel wind resistance when you're in a hurry. Me personally, my average on the bike right now is around 16 miles an hour, which I guess that doesn't have a lot to do with this. But, it'll be faster and later in the summer when I get used to it more. But the reason I bring it up is, like I said, for me personally, I'm on my bike a lot. And it's important to me that I can reach my firearm and everything quick if I'm biking. And again, this is my favorite for that. I absolutely love it. It hurts me that I think it's such a terrible CCW bag. Because if you take the strap, well, for one thing, the CCW pocket is meant kind of like I have the Gear Slinger Monsoon as well. I bought that from a friend. I don't wear it too much because it's a bit big and bulky, although it is a great carry bag. In that bag, you can reach right in and grab your firearm if you need it. This guy, you kind of got to arm bar yourself in order to reach in that pocket. And even then, you have to prep by making sure the zipper's on the bottom and that you could pull it out. Right now, I barely getting it open. And like, this isn't something I can do quick on the fly. I'm sure it's meant more to be pulled around the side. All of your pockets here can be accessed from the top, but even then, the pocket is on the inside, and it's still not that great to draw from. The Velcro is on this side of the bag, toward the camera. So when I reach in from this side, the holster is again the holster where it's Velcro is actually stopping my fingers from getting around the handle. If I grab it, if I go for it that way. Me personally, I think that this would have been the best pocket to for concealed carry, but it doesn't have any Velcro thing. It's not meant for that. And that's why I'm not carrying. That's why this isn't my primary bag for my CCW. Even though I think it's a great bag, like it's my favorite bag actually. It's just not accessible for quick draw. It really isn't. All right. Now, for my favorite, the one I just got yesterday, the day before, I can't remember. Like, I'm running on a few hours of sleep, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. I was just bored and thought that this would make a good video. I think I mentioned that part. All right, now I can't review this 100% as is because I made a slight change, and then I came up with another idea that isn't really part of the original package either. This is that Loculus bag, that Pro Gear. Got your standard Velcro straps on there for patches. That is my favorite patch, by the way. I'm just going to show that off because I think it's awesome. That Aztec. You know, I'm American. I was born right here in the States, but you know, I still got that sentimental love. Anyways, this bag is great, but the strap is subpar. So for that, I can't pretend that it's perfect. I've in fact already put in an order for a third-party strap. This is 1.5 inches. I feel like they should have gone the whole 2, because once you get your well, I have a larger firearm in this one. That's actually the reason I got a bag. I got the PPQ Q4 which I think is amazing, but it with a 17-round mag in it, and especially if you want to carry a spare mag, it's a lot of weight, and that's just off the firearm. Once you add your phone, wallet, I have a first aid kit in here. It starts to weigh down pretty quick, and with the strap being as thin as it is, it doesn't distribute weight well at all. It's you feel that. It's the pressure point. So I'm gonna knock off a star for that. And a couple little other problems I have with it. This little pocket here, I don't get why they put the zipper on the back. I don't understand it at all. I got a little mini tool in there. It's a handy little guy, a little wrench, screwdriver, blah blah blah. It make a lot more sense for the zipper to be on the front. That way, when it's sitting on your side, you can actually grab it and reach it. The cell phone pocket I find to be just fine. I gotta quit bumping this. I find the cell phone pocket to be acceptable. It has a couple mini flaps in there, so you can put a couple things in there that are flat, maybe some business cards. I've got some lens wipes in there. Phone, it's got that little headphone jack thing, even though the iPhones are dumb for excluding the headphone jack, which I won't hold that against them. I hold it against them for starting it. I know other companies are doing it too now. I think Google is with their Pixel, and that's beside the point, but it's stupid. I think we all agree. This pocket here, it's padded and meant for glasses, actually. It works pretty well. The padding makes it great. Does work out well. Taking your glasses out and putting them on, there are no streaks or any marks on there. It does keep them clean, but with it being that accessible of a pocket, I feel like that's kind of a waste not to put a wallet in there if you're not carrying your wallet on your person, which maybe I should have mentioned before. The reason I do like on-body carry better, but like I mentioned, it's summer. I'm biking. I'm wearing, these are my Spain shorts I got for like $3 on clearance a long time ago. It's really hard to carry a weapon on your person, and yeah, Anyways, back. I'm going off on a tangent here. This I think we drop a point off for this as well. This is actually, they claim that this is a water bottle holder. I say they claim because it is tiny. Unless you've got one of those little mini bottles that give away at like events, I don't see too many people using that for much. It's kind of a stretch. It really doesn't hold that much. This particular bottle isn't so bad because it gets thicker at the bottom, but something will slide out of there easily. Now, I'm not upset about that completely because I didn't plan on carrying a water bottle in there personally. Again, that's this personal preference thing, but since it's so easily accessible, I found it great for keys. Boom, drop them right in. I don't do backflips on a regular basis, so I doubt that they'll come falling out. In fact, I don't think I've done a backflip ever since I was 6. One thing that's kind of hard for me to count as a negative, though, because it's again, it's personal preferences. I think the best pocket in here is the concealed carry pocket, and that kind of makes it a waste. Like I'll explain. The CCW pocket. Oh, what I mentioned, I said I changed. This flap wasn't there to begin with. I had a strap lying around from a thing that I broke, and because I liked it so much in the M-Tac bag that I showed, I decided to sew one on here so that I could do the same thing, just pull on the strap and then have it rip the bag open. But anyways, these pockets are handy. You know, it's got a mesh pocket here. I'm not sure exactly what I'd put in there, but you know, your pen holders. Then the pocket itself could put a decent amount of things in it. But that's the CCW pocket, so it kind of negates those. If you're carrying your weapon on you, you know, you usually don't want something like a pen that you'll break out and, you know, if somebody asks you got a pen, you don't want to pull it open and have them see your firearm while you reach for your pen. It just kind of makes that pocket useless for anything else, and it happens to be one of the best pockets. The main one isn't so bad, but it's not nearly as accessible. Get back to this view, this angle. This one, it does have what they call the top-down thing going on. If you pull it out to the sides, you can treat it like it's just a down or like a bag you reach down in, which you got to be careful not to pull too hard on it because it'll rip the entire thing open. These pockets aren't bad. It's got a tablet pocket here. Like I said, I throw my first aid kit in there. I wouldn't put anything too heavy in this area because, like I said, if you pull it open, the whole thing comes open and that stuff will fall right out. It doesn't have zippers like the CCW one has. And it's also not that easy to open, which is a bummer because I'd like to use the main pocket to hold my firearm and use this pocket that you know what, for example, let me just show that example. I'd like to use that main pocket for everything else. The main compartment has the same material as this one for the firearm, so you could take the holster off and then put it right back in there, but like I said, that's not easily accessible. Kind of a bummer, but again, that's something personal that bothers me. It might not bother many people. Anything else to go over? Oh, that's right. It has clips on the bottom, which I assume are meant to make it so you can carry the bag on the side if you wanted to. But an idea that I had, here, I'll show you. It's best shown, not explained. Oh, this comes with a stabilizer strap as well, but I'm not a fan of it. It does get the job done, but it's kind of a small thing. Just because other straps have them is why I'm a little put off by it. It's meant to clip on here. Ignore this clip. I got this off of another strap that I had. It's one of the things I changed. Like I said, I'll go over that in a second. Originally, if you just pretend that hook is not here, this comes on the bag. This is where it straps down. It's got a little extra notch here that you can clip onto it. And it does fine. I just don't like because most of the other stabilizer straps that I've used on every other bag have some kind of a loop that keeps this from hanging off. This one doesn't, and it's really long. So what you end up with is a strap that's hanging off quite a bit, which could be remedied with, I think I'll go out and buy some Velcro later, or even a rubber band. Not that big of a critique, just something I thought I'd mention. But what I do like better for this, and again, this is something I was saying, it's not something you can do right out of the box. It's a personal thing. I've taken that strap. I took a other clip off of a strap. I actually accidentally broke the main clip off the other one, so I ended up with this hook that I thought would come in handy, and lo and behold, it did. It slid right on. I clipped it. Now if I pull it, actually here, this I think is a little more of a giveaway. This doesn't make the bag nearly as subtle. Actually, I gotta go a little higher even. There we go. This will make it a bit more obvious that you got something going on, I'm pretty sure. But with those clips on the bottom, since they're on both sides because they gave you the option, that's what I like. Even though that's something you probably won't use for much, I like options. I like that they gave you the option. If you want to think of something you could use it for, you can. And this is what I come up with. All right, let's take this off for a second. The clip on this side, I'll put it on the front. And I got the clip for the back here. And the reason I like this is because I could bring it around my waist. And again, like I said, this makes it stick out like a sore thumb, at least to me. If I'm riding my bike, you know, I'm sure it'll be less suspicious. Because that'll be going. It'll shake around a little bit, but it won't move. That won't look too suspicious. If you put it somewhere that gives you more of a tactical advantage, it kind of does scream. It makes it really secure though. I really like it. This is again, like I said, it's not out of the box because you need an extra little clip, so that's something you'd have to buy. But once you have that, you do have this option. Instead of setting it up as a stabilizer, you can bring it to the bottom and set it up like a waistband holder. And with that, everything just, it holds still. You got access to it. Actually, I got a boom spare mag. If you got it right out in front of me, I could reach it somewhat. Although I usually carry it off the side, so that'd be much less of a. It wouldn't be nearly as handy. But yes, so you can do handy things with it, even if it's not meant for it. This is my favorite bag overall because it does have the mesh. So if I want to go out bike riding, it doesn't get. I mean, it'll still be a bit hot, but it won't be be as funky as the M-Tac bag. The Outlaw is my favorite by far. I absolutely love taking this to work, but on the bike. By the way, my workplace doesn't allow firearms, which is why I choose this bag, since I don't like it for CCW anyways. I might as well put it to some use. But I'd call this the winner. Obviously, I spent most time talking about this, but that's kind of the point of the video. This is why it's my favorite, why I like it, but also why it's not perfect. I guess I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. If anybody cares about numbers. Anyways, I hope you found the video informative. Anybody who decides to watch this, I'm sorry I didn't do better. Like I said, this video is all one take. I probably could have gone into editing and done a little more, but I'm just too lazy. All right, thanks. See you later.